on three.
Podcast Dozen 44, August 25th, baby. This is it. Great series of rivalries. We had Braves Mets, we had Padres Dodgers, and we had the Yankees versus the Red Sox. I should take that back because the Reds, they didn't suck this weekend. The Red Sox actually, it's time for the Yankees to call them their daddy, at least this season. Because if we go back, we look at the notes, we look at the facts of the matter is, June, Red Sox beat them 2 out of 3. Okay? Later in June, Red Sox swept them 3 in a row. This weekend, 3 out of 4 for the Red Sox. So if you look at that, that was an 8-game win streak for the Red Sox. And I guess they have one more series left, but as of now, 8-2 against the Yankees in 2025. The worst the Yankees have done against the Red Sox since 1912. That's 3 big booms if you're a Red Sox fan. I mean, where were you in 1912, Mitch?
Not here.
They weren't even here.
Babe Ruth wasn't even on the scene in 1912.
Babe Ruth wasn't even alive yet. Damn, pre-Babe Ruth. That is crazy. And it's not even, 8-12. That does blow my mind. 8-2. 8-2. You'd think there'd be a season sweep somewhere over 120-something years, 115 years, whatever the fuck. Well, at the end of the day, the Yankees kind of got their lunch force-fed to them up their butt this weekend. And they're not taking it well. I mean, Anthony Volpe might not ever play again. Judge. I mean, they can't. The Yankees, every time the Yankees have a bad year, they can say, well, at least we got Judge. He got an MVP. I don't think Judge is going to win the MVP anymore.
He is now tied in WAR with Cal Raleigh.
I think Cal Raleigh has comfortably surpassed Judge in the MVP conversation. Some would disagree with that. We'll get to that a little later on. But Judge, since coming off the IL with the what did he injure again? His hand?
His arm, elbow.
His arm. So the TG, bro. The potential TG. But he's hitting .207 since coming back in 17 games, 775 OPS plus. I think he's got 3 home runs. So not good for Aaron Judge. I mean, even worse is Max Fried.
He had a great start against the Red Sox, but before that it was really bad. Yeah,
so Max Fried at the end of June had a 1.92 ERA. I think that was the second best ERA in baseball since June, the end of June. 5.94 ERA for Max Fried. I don't know where that would rank in the league, but some people are starting to call him Max Fried. A little disrespectful, but some people are calling that. So the Yankees kind of get bossed around, bro. And coming into the series, Yankees were actually hot. I mean, this month, they were terrible. Made all the errors. People wanted to ban the team from even playing. But going into the series, 8-2 the last 10. 5-game winning streak into the series. The team was pitching well. Team was hitting well. Everyone is actually hitting well, other than Aaron Judge. But Jazz hit 2 homers. Grissom hit 2 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton's been one of the best hitters in the league. But when they play against Big Brother, Boston Red Sox, they just get embarrassed. I mean, break it down for me, Mitch. What was the ins and outs?
Even coming into the series, the Red Sox were 3-7 in their last 10. So if you're a Yankees fan, you got to feel really good about this series going in. It's a 4-game series. You have a 2-game lead. And it just did not work out. The first game, Luis Gil had a 5-inning start, allowed 2 runs, but then Camilo Duvall blew it. And the Yankees...
He's been terrible for the Yankees since getting there. The other guys have cleaned it up a little bit, but Duvall...
Jake Bird's still in the minors, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, it's just David Bednar.
Bednar's doing okay, but I think Duvall's got like a 6+ ERA on the Yankees. Not to interrupt you.
No, I gotta go check that. I have a different New York reliever on my radar, but Duvall has a 6.48 ERA with New York after having a 3.09 ERA in San Francisco.
Oh, the bright lights.
But yeah, the Red Sox pen covered 4.1 scoreless innings in that first game. They won. Roman Anthony hit a big 2-run homer. Nathaniel Lowe, he got dropped by the Nationals. Got picked up by Boston. It's been really good in Boston. Game 2 was a pitcher's duel. Brian Bayo went 7 scoreless innings. Max Fried went 6 scoreless innings. But the Yankees allowed an RBI double to Connor Wong, who entered the game as the 3rd worst hitter in baseball. and they allowed 2 hits to him, and he had the only run involved in that game. And then game 3, Garrett Crochet struck out 11. The Red Sox just destroyed the Yankees pitching. Paul Blackburn got picked up by the Yankees, immediately allowed 7 runs.
Ugh. Paul Blackburn, that's who you're throwing out there if you're the Yankees?
So, I mean, if you're a Yankees fan, that's just it doesn't even matter that you won on Sunday.
Oh, it helps a little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, the Yankees' reaction is like you'd think they'd are out of a playoff spot, way out of it. Right now, they got a 95% chance to make the playoffs. The Yankees have the best odds to win the World Series out of any American League team still after this series. They're a half game back of the Red Sox, but the reaction from the fan base, you wouldn't know that. I guess that's to be expected coming out of the Bronx, but. And then some could argue that fucking calculation is way off.
It does feel high for a team that doesn't seem like they have any chance to win the division.
They don't have a chance to win the division. Well, I can't say they don't have a chance to win the division. They're down 5.5. They're down 5.5 games back to the Toronto Blue Jays. But the thing about the Yankees, yeah, on paper, like you look at them, like compared to the Blue Jays, like you could say they're probably as good as them, probably better than them, based on the players they have. They got a lot of good offense. If Max Fried is pitching well, like he is, he's better than any starter the Blue Jays have. Their bullpen with Bednar and Duvall on top of what they already had, probably better than the Blue Jays bullpen. But it's the little things, Mitch. It's the sloppy little Yankees. They don't know how to field. I mean, Volpe's number one example of that. I mean, might not even play anymore, right?
His defense has been bad, but his offense has also been very bad. I think this time around his benching was because he had been 1 for 28 in the last 10 days? 1 for 28. He has 1 hit in the last 10 days. And then on, Saturday, he tried to make this play behind the runner, and it just gave the Red Sox a free base runner.
I don't know what happened with Anthony Volpe, but this was a Gold Glover 2 years ago, and right now he's the worst defender in the league, outs above average.
He has the second most errors in baseball behind Ellie De La Cruz, and he's a negative. I don't think he's the worst, but he's a negative outs above average shortstop, and he can't hit. So it's like you get the worst of all outcomes here.
Yeah, that's what they say. Hey, defense don't slump. Defense don't slump. But Anthony Volpe 100% is in a defensive slump. And I think it's probably in his head more than anything. And maybe it's good you give him some breaks. But Michael Kay on the broadcast, quote, "It can't get much worse than this. How much is enough? You are the New York Yankees." Embarrassing doesn't even come close to describe the Yankees' performance against the Red Sox this season. Unbelievable. And that's for a team that has the best odds to win the World Series out of any American League team. So is it an overreaction or
they started arguing whether Aaron Judge was good? I think the Bronx is burning.
Aaron Judge might be cooked. I mean, he's 775 OPS plus over 13 games. You can't come back from that. It's probably like a league average hitter, right?
Yeah, I mean, this one dude, Brandon J. B. Supreme, said, "Lol, I remember when Yankees fan Earl was one of the only Yankees fans that said we should let Judge walk 3 years ago, and I can't lie. I fully understand why he said that."
It's time to get rid of Aaron Rickin Judge, man. You've had enough. Like, you've given him the reins. Made him the captain, and he didn't win the World Series last year, and now his freaking arm hurts. So you got 2 options. Either kill him on the field execution style or trade him. I'd probably trade him for value. That's just me. I like the hat, Jack. Where the fuck did you get that?
I got this at the Braves game.
Oh, with me.
Yeah.
I thought you had the same one I had, but a little different. Love it. Braves back. You're back on the Braves bandwagon.
The lowercase A though I don't love. I wish it was an uppercase A.
It's old school, bro. Hank Aaron, episode 44. You wore it for 44. Good shit.
I did it on purpose. I knew that.
Respect.
Jack, they do have an uppercase A hat.
It was a panic.
Like
Joey was rushing me. We were in the pro shop, and Joe. Do they call it a pro shop in baseball?
No. Team store.
Team store. And Joey was like, "Hurry up!" And then freaking people were like hounding us because we were with Unc.
We were trying to get back to the season time to do the national anthem. I believe.
Yeah, well, we're good Americans.
Yes, sir.
We're just for like
That's us in the Middle East. Go America. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, no.
Boom, boom, boom.
No.
No?
No.
All right.
We don't support war here. Our podcast doesn't.
Come on, baby.
Say exists today.
We gotta defend and protect this house.
Where would Judge go for real? I know that's not gonna happen. I don't think, but like, where would he go?
Nowhere.
Yeah, did you see that question? I know it's not gonna happen. Where would he go for?
Literally nowhere.
It's not possible. It's not.
Ask again in like 7 years.
You got a better chance of getting traded, Jack.
But
And you got no trade clause. Aaron Judge is a New York Yankee for life, man. Judge in pinstripes, that's peanut butter and jelly sandwich, bro. There's no Judge without pinstripes, and now there's no pinstripes without Judge. I mean, it's pretty... The Yankees without Aaron Judge would be... I mean, since Aaron Judge has got there, now I bet the Yankees would have probably got some other guys if they didn't have Aaron Judge because they're going to spend. But if you took... Since Aaron Judge got into the league in 2016 or whatever the fuck, and you took Aaron Judge off the Yankees, they would probably be as good as, like, the Guardians have been.
Since 2016, Judge debuted late into 2016 too. Position player war, Aaron Judge has 58.8. The next best player is Gleyber Torres at 15.9.
So he's the best player going right now, other than Ohtani and Cal Raleigh. But, I mean, we just talked about how bad the Yankees are, but do we have to give the Red Sox credit? You know, I always shit on the Red Sox every time they come up because they don't really have that pop. I like this new kid they brought up, though. He looks cool as crap. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He, I don't even know his name, but he has a crazy first name, and he has very long
Oh, the
hair.
password.
The password. This guy. That guy has star potential. All I had to see is see a picture of him, a couple of videos of him. I'm like, that guy has star
so
potential.
it's like his name is a random generated password.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's his nickname.
I don't know why is that why they call him the password?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah, the password. He looks like a tribal chief, dude, like Crazy Horse or something. Like, he looks pretty freaking cool.
Little Big Bat.
I think Little Big Bat. Not bad. But yeah, so shout out to the Red Sox, dude. They move into second place. And they're feeling good about themselves. The Blue Jays, they stay in first place. They beat Jack's Marlins 2 out of 3. And they have this bucket of burgers, bro. Do you see the slob? 27 all you can eat. I forget what they call this grub tub. They have this drink / burger thing on the menu in Toronto where you get 3 bacon cheeseburgers or you can get tenders in it. And it comes in like a big gulp soda and there's a straw in the middle of the 3 burgers so you can drink soda and then eat 3 burgers around the soda, and it's only $27 and you get 3 burgers and a soda.
This might be the best deal in baseball, concession wise. And that's Canadian dollars too.
That's Canadian freaking dollars. That's with tariffs.
I think that is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Dude, 3 burgers in a bowl, that's a cup. And then think about it, bro. After you eat them, you can bring this cup home and you can use it as a hat. Because it looks like a bucket if you flip it over.
Yeah.
And if you crush all that soda and 3 burgers in one game, you can wear it as a hat for the later innings. Could be a rally cap.
That is $19.52 US dollars. I don't think you can find a better deal. 3 sandwiches and a large drink at a baseball game.
But at what cost? Not literally, but you know what I mean?
Your heart.
27 Canadian dollars.
Yeah, healthcare is free in Canada, so it's actually a good deal, even better deal. But yeah, that's going to raise your cholesterol. That's a lot of calories. But if you get diet soda, protein, hey, you got to do what you got to do. The Blue Jays beat the Marlins 2 out of 3, dude. Did you see that psycho-ass pitcher for the Marlins, that post-game interview? What is his name? He got traded to the Marlins. Something Phillips. I guess
you're right on the name.
this guy's bullpen entrance from the bullpen for the Miami Marlins. Granted, you know it's not the biggest, highest energy crowd in the world. Okay, a lot of times there'll be 20 Cuban people and then like 40 other people there, And, like, that's how they rock in Marlins, a lot of games. And he comes in out of the bullpen, and they're doing the flashing lights, and he just fucking smacks himself in the face 3 times, runs in, closes out games for the Marlins when they need it.
It's intense.
It's very intense. He got at least one save this weekend, that one game they won. But the real story comes down to is Mr. Bieber's back on the mound.
Shane Bieber.
Shane Bieber coming off the TJ.
He released a teaser trailer right before his start, and then he went out and he had a 9 strikeout game in 6 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits.
I saw it. He's getting into the media game. Did he make a thank you Cleveland video?
I'm going back and seeing what it was. It felt like
I'll be honest, it
grateful for all.
I'll be honest, it didn't hook me. I watched the first 15 seconds.
I watched the first 7.
Yeah, it didn't hook me. It was a little slow starting, but you know us, we have TikTok brains. We're like, dude, where's the hook? Come on, Shane.
2 seconds and we're out.
Staying Shane.
Oh, it's just got a director.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it that far.
Oh, what the director? Yeah, it's my man, the guy who used to do that shit, this stuff for Trevor Bauer. I forget. I'm blanking on his name.
Tucky Green.
Yeah, Taki. Great videographer. Makes some good shit. It worked for him, bro. 9 strikeouts in his debut. I'm sure. I hope was his velocity up or anything. I mean, coming off Tommy John, that is usually the concern.
So his fastball velo in this start was 92.5, which is exactly what it was last year with the Guardians.
But he only had like 1 start with the Guardians.
He had 2 starts with the Guardians, but compared that to 2023, it's about a mile an hour faster than 2022 and 2023.
So he's throwing harder now, at least in his first game.
In his first game, yeah.
All right, Shane. That is a massive advance. Like, if it could be one of the biggest X factors going into the postseason if Shane Bieber is close to what his peak was, which was a Cy Young. So maybe not. You don't even have to be that good. But if you are an all-star level pitcher and the Blue Jays just got this guy for, I mean, I don't know who they traded, but I'm going to guess not much. And they added, he could be the number 1 starter on the team. He's capable of it.
Cal Steven was the guy traded to the Guardians. And I feel like we said it at the time, but it had the potential to be one of the most valuable trades at the deadline because they got him back within a month of the deadline. So you have 7-8 starts from Bieber.
I mean, it came out of nowhere, really. It was like, okay, Shane Bieber, this guy hasn't pitched all year, but now he's getting traded. How do you get traded if you're not playing? But then he is playing, and first game back, 9 Ks. 1 run on 2 hits. All right. And if you go look at what Max Scherzer's been doing lately, I mean, the Blue Jays might just scrape together one of these, like, their starters are all old. They got a bunch of geezers on the team.
The Blue Jays starting pitching all year, too, has not been great. They are 19th this year in starting pitching ERA. So, like, the offense has carried them. Even during that hot streak in June and July, it was all the offense. And if they have now an ace caliber pitcher, that could be huge.
I'm kind of having hope for Scherzer. Scherzer's last 4 starts, in August, he has a 1.80 ERA. Not fucking bad for old Max, dude.
What's his velo?
I don't care. Is it good?
For the season, it's 93.6.
Hey, it could be worse. I mean, what was Max in his prime was getting up there to 99, right?
It looks like his average in his prime was about 95.
But is he striking motherfuckers out still? I mean, he had a game earlier this year with 11 Ks and a loss against the Tigers. I mean, he's not striking out a ton. His last 5.
This is his second lowest strikeout rate of his career.
Makes
But
sense.
he finds a way. He finds a way.
He finds a way, man. He's a professional pitcher. He's a professional pitcher. All right, then we got the Dodgers over there, his former team. They had another old fart out there, Yu Darvish. I feel like he's been fucking turning back the clock, too. Everyone forgot about Yu Darvish. His contract is hilarious.
I feel like Yu Darvish has a good start every other start.
He's getting paid until he's like 45.
Legitimately, yeah.
For no reason.
$30 million a year until 2028, which will be his age 41 season.
Yeah, and you hit it right on the head. Against the Mets, 7 scoreless innings. Next start against the Diamondbacks, he got rocked for 3 runs in 4 innings. Start after that, 1 run in 6 innings. Great. Next start, got rocked, 4 runs in 4 innings. Then last start against the Dodgers, the most important start, 1 run given up in 6 innings for Mr. Yu Darvish. And the Padres reverse, fucking slap the Dodgers in the face. I mean, last week the Dodgers come in trailing the boys. And they kind of come in and embarrass them. They take all the Padres momentum and say, bitch, fucking bop them in the nose. Then they turn around to go lose 2 to the Rockies. It's almost I feel like the Dodgers just kind of squandered like a great opportunity. At least they lost all their momentum because they swept the Padres after all this losing. They're like, all right, actually we are the GOATs. Then they go to Colorado and lose 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4.
And Shohei gets shelled, and they're like, all right, that momentum's down. So now I think they went into the series tied.
They had a 1-game lead going into the series.
And then they get slapped in the face the first 2 games. I mean, I was thinking this is going to be a reverse slap.
When Laureano robbed the grand slam in the first inning yesterday, I was like, oh man, the Padres are going to sweep. But the Dodgers offense showed up late.
Yeah, they scored runs against the Padres bullpen, which, I mean, that's something.
Not a lot of teams have done that.
Nobody
in the
has
second
done
half.
that. What is the stat that you had on here? I mean, I checked it today. I think they had the second best bullpen in the second half now, but going into the series, it was the best by like 2 runs.
Going into the series, they had a 1.99 bullpen ERA, which was nearly a 4-run lower than the second best bullpen, the Brewers, who had a 2.94 ERA.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is like a lot of times, oh my God, yeah, if you look at their fan graphs, they have that on the roster resource where if you're in the top 30, they put your shit in red. They're 1, 2. They have five relievers in the top 30 in relief pitchers based on the Fangraphs power rank. Okay, so 5 out of their 8 relievers are elite relievers. Jeremy Estrada, Adrian Morejon, Jason Adam, Mason Miller, Robert Suarez. Not freaking bad, boys. Not freaking bad. But like I was saying, a lot of times, you get a hot bullpen and then you're kind of like, all right, these guys are pitching well now, but can we trust them? But this seems legit as shit. Like they have one of the rarest bullpens. Bullpen of the decade, perhaps.
Of the decade.
Bullpen of the decade, perhaps. I mean, what would you say the bullpen of the decade is? This is a tough question.
Will Smith, Tyler Matzik, AJ Minter, and Jesse Chavez.
Hey, but that was the bullpen of the decade for 3 weeks in the playoffs, and that's how you win a World Series. So it really comes down to, like, how good is your bullpen for 2-3 weeks?
I mean, I trust this bullpen, too. If you have Mason Miller coming out in the 8th inning, Jeremiah Estrada, he gave up a 2-run homer yesterday, but generally he's been a very good reliever. And he's 5th on this flow chart. And then is it David Morgan who's coming in out of long relief? And he has like a 1.72 ERA. He's their long reliever.
So you got to give it up for the freaking Padres, man. Their trade deadline moves, I would say probably worked out better than anyone's.
So far, yeah.
I mean, I like the Bieber move with Toronto could be the biggest X factor there is, but like they went out and got Mason Miller. They got Ramon Laureano, who he's been
a beast,
the best hitter in the league almost probably.
Freddie Fermin has been a much better hitter than Elias Diaz, and then let's check in on Ryan O'Hearn. He's the one guy who had been about league average since being traded. No, he's got a 130 WRC +2. So all 4 of these guys are making big differences on the Padres. And it helps momentum-wise that they've just won the series, and now they're back tied in first place with the Dodgers.
Yeah, so, I mean, they lose 2 out of 3, but you still feel like you got the – they won 2 out of 3. I apologize. They lost the last one, but this is a real division, man. This is like a real
I'm really
race.
Excited for this.
And I'm a little annoyed that the schedulers didn't make the Padres-Dodgers, like, have one more series. Can we, like, do a flex, or hopefully we get a 163 situation?
There are no more 163s.
Fuck, man.
We should know this, Joey. We watched the Braves and the Mets last year in that 162, where the Diamondbacks sat at Chase Field and they were waiting and hoping that one of the teams won both games because there was no tiebreaker.
Yeah. Oh, well. No 163. But here it is. Oh, and then there's also this thing going on with the reliever rule. Have you seen that? That MLB, the reliever rule that they're going to put in place. And I'm thinking that they're not putting it in place until next year. But like there's a situation where if Shohei Ohtani is a reliever in the playoffs and he blows a 9th inning lead, that he's not allowed to bat in extra innings.
No, I think isn't that a thing? So the Ohtani rule allows him to start as a pitcher and then move to DH, but he can't go from DH to pitcher.
But if he's a relief pitcher, it doesn't apply. It only applies to starting pitchers.
Right. So if he's not starting, which Bob Nightingale, trust him how much you want, but he said the Dodgers were considering using Ohtani as a reliever in the playoffs.
Yeah, which I will tell you won't happen.
I feel like Bob Nightingale has corrected every single report.
Some people call him Boob Nightingale. You ever read Bob Nightingale Jr.'s
For the Twins,
reporting?
only when I'm looking at Twin stuff.
Are they related?
They are.
Good.
It'd be funny if they're not. It's like that basketball player, Kenneth Lofton Jr. Thought he was Kenny Lofton's son for the longest time.
He is, dude. Kenny Lofton had a son in NBA. Am I wrong? And he played for Miami, right?
Kenneth Lofton Jr., the basketball player, is not related to Kenny Lofton, the center fielder.
Kenny Lofton's son play basketball? Question mark. Kenny Lofton's son play basketball. AI mode is always here. Thinking, working on this, putting it all together. Dude, Mitchell would have found this by now.
Lofton is not related to former baseball player Kenny Lofton.
God damn, dude. They've duped all of us. Yes, Kenny Lofton's son, Kenneth Lofton Jr., is a professional basketball player who played in the NBA for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, but Kenny Lofton Jr., his dad's name is Kenny Lofton, so it sounds like it's confusing information.
Well, we got one source that says...
The AI.
The AI overview says Kenny Lofton's son, Kenneth Lofton Jr., is a pro basketball player.
Because Kenneth Lofton Jr., his dad is Kenneth Lofton Sr., who probably goes by Kenny Lofton, but it's not Kenny Lofton,
Just
the
shares
baseball
the
player.
name with
Oh,
the
it's
baseball
But
player.
Kenny Lofton was a basketball player,
His dad.
You mean-
not his dad. Kenny Lofton, the baseball player, was also a basketball player who never played baseball.
Okay, well,
And then he got
and
drafted.
who the fuck is Kenneth Lofton Sr.?
He's just a dude. who
Dude,
was in
Kenneth
the-
Lofton, read regs here. Wait,
who served in the U.S. military and worked for the U.S. Postal Service for 18 years.
all right, the guy has two dads. All right, we got to the bottom of it. Kenny Lofton's son is a baller in the NBA. I take off like a rocket. Olajuwon Hakeem. But yeah, man, anything else on this big Dodgers series? I mean, I'm disappointed there was no fights. I'm very disappointed.
Those last two series really were without incident, weren't
Yeah. Yeah.
they? It hurts our channel.
You know why? It's because they got Mason Miller in there. Now the Dodgers know if they act up, they're getting 104 to the brain. Before you had Mason Miller, that was less of a threat. Now they get the nuclear bomb coming in. You don't want to mess around with this Padres team. Because they can just get Mason Miller out there, throw at someone's head, and then just have one of their other 7 relievers come in, and he's just as good. So they do have an intimidating, what would you call that? They got a Moab in the bullpen. Precision airstrike. So we'll see what's going on with the West as the season progressed. I would still give the Dodgers the edge. Still giving the Dodgers the edge.
There is a tweet by Alden Gonzalez that says the Padres have the lowest remaining strength of schedule, and the Dodgers have the 5th lowest.
You got to say easiest or hardest. You can't say lowest.
Yeah, I'm assuming he says easiest because the Padres have to play the Twins, Orioles, Rockies twice.
They got the 4th lowest strength of schedule. I guess that means easiest, but that's not the word you should be using. Whoever said that.
Alden Gonzalez.
Alden Gonzalez.
Even like weakest schedule would be fine.
Yeah, do weakest.
Lowest strength.
Lowest.
Who do you think has the lowest weakness in this room?
You?
Thanks.
Oh, shit.
Were you trying to trip him up?
I was just kind of giving him the same vibe, but flip.
Okay, yeah, that is good. You got me. I have the lowest weakness in the room. And we're moving on. to the highest weakness in the room. Well, Zack Wheeler's weak. I mean, what happened to Zack Wheeler? He's out for the season, bro. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to the Phillies this year. Am I right or am I right? Zack Wheeler, who was going to be a Cy Young. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Paul Skenes was probably going to win the
Cy Young runner-up.
Cy Young runner-up, had a chance. Thoracic outlet surgery and is out 6 to 8 months. Now, Jack, you were a paramedic, and Mitchell, you probably read into this. I don't know what this means. I know he was dealing with the blood clot, and I'm guessing this is related to that. But what is thoracic outlet syndrome?
So I put the definition down. It's when there's pressure on blood vessels or nerves in the area between the neck and the shoulder. This space is known as the thoracic outlet. Compression of the blood vessels and nerves can cause shoulder and neck pain, and it can also cause numbness in the fingers. There are apparently 2 variations of this. One ended Steven Strasburg's career.
Oh, shit.
The other was a surgery that Merrill Kelly had to undergo in 2020. And Merrill Kelly is still pitching. Apparently, it's more like Merrill Kelly's surgery and not like the nerve damage that Steven Strasburg had.
I mean, that's the last thing you want to hear if you're a Phillies fan. It's like, yeah, this is this thing that Steven Strasburg had.
Yeah.
Because that guy never pitched again.
No.
I mean, he's like 34 right now, and he's retired. Steven Strasburg.
I think it can be a genetic abnormality, or it can be like an injury based. So which one is his? You know,
I would guess it's genetics, right? I mean, blood clot's not like an injury that you could get from pitching.
It's not that blood clot. It's like pressure behind his ribs. I don't know like much about this, but that's my understanding of it at least. And I think it can be caused by like, I don't know, like a physical abnormality in your body, or being pregnant will do it too. I think
he's literally just had a baby.
You think he's pregnant?
Well, yeah, his wife got pregnant. She popped one out like a month ago.
And then she transferred that specific symptom to him.
Hey, man. Love is love.
I don't know if it's contagious.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not the expert here. All I know is that Zack Wheeler is out for the season, man. And that fucking sucks if you're a Phillies fan, because that is your number one pitcher. If you're a Mets fan, you love it because you're a subhuman being who's probably rooting for Phillies pitchers to die, because that's what Mets fans do. But with Zack Wheeler out, I mean, luckily, if there's any team to lose their number one Cy Young pitcher, it would be the Phillies. They still got Christopher Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo, Taijuan Walker. He's going to be back in the starting 5. He deserves it based on his numbers. But I'll tell you what, man, that starting 5 in the playoffs without Zack Wheeler looks a lot weaker, especially the way Aaron Nola's been pitching, bro. Because like it looks like he might not even be on the team in the playoffs if it continues like this. And the last 3 or 4 years when the Phillies have been a problem in the playoffs for everybody, it was Wheeler and Nola, 1-2 punch. And that's who you don't want to run into. Then they got Ranger Suarez to shut your mouth into a third time around. But now they're going to might be without both of those guys.
Yeah, Nola is funny. I was looking at his start against the Nationals this week, and it was better. But he also allowed 2 homers and allowed 3 runs. I don't know. He's had such a bad season. I don't know if that's a promising start for him.
I don't know if that's a promising start. I don't know if if you're a Phillies fan. Fuck, dude. Hey, shit changes fast in this game, man.
But you're right. Of all the teams to have your ace go down, Christopher Sanchez and Ranger Suarez 1-2 is still a really good rotation.
It's good. It's good, man.
But coming from a Braves fan, knowing what happens when Ranger Suarez is your third pitcher and not your second pitcher, it does make a big difference.
Yeah, and then it's also like Zack Wheeler. Zack Wheeler in the playoffs has been like insanely amazing. Not only like, it just sucks for the boys in the Phillies, man. It sucks. They are on a 4-game winning streak, at least going into the series. Who would against the Nationals. They played the Nats again. So,
yeah.
Well, there you go. They won 2 out of 3 against the Nats, for whatever that's worth. Taking care of business.
Zack Wheeler has a 2.18 ERA in the playoffs.
It's amazing. All right, Trey Turner got hot again. Love that for Trey. Standing ovation. Maybe they got to start booing Trey because he's hot. It worked the other way around. When he was cold, they gave him a standing ovation. He got hot. So now he's hot. In order to keep him hot, you start booing him when he's up. Could work. Just an idea. You got to try something. You're the Phillies. And then you got the Schwarbombs, and you got everybody. Durant blew a save. That's concerning. Against the Nats?
Against the Nats,
Come
but
on, bro. At home with the music?
with the music.
Oh, my God.
It was a weird blown save, though. It was Dalen Lyle hitting an RBI single.
I know him.
You do, yeah.
I've heard of Dalen Lyle.
He has the Mariah Carey walk-up song.
Of course.
He had an RBI single, reached second.
The Mariah Carey one. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a...
No, his walk-up song is Fantasy.
I don't know. Anyway, go on.
But then he reached second on the throw home, and then he stole third, and Realmuto threw it away. And that was kind of it.
That's just not Phillies baseball. Can't let Damian Lyle walk you off on a freaking stolen double steal. Phillies need to clean it up, man. Because guess what? The Mets are on their tail, all right? The Mets are not out of it yet. They got a series against each other. The Mets just took 2 out of 3 of the Braves. So, hey, finally you did it, Mets. You beat the Braves. Couldn't sweep us. We got you yesterday. Bang, bang, boom, baby. But the Mets did beat the Braves 2 out of 3. Love the Braves season so bad, but 8-5 against the Mets. I'm happy about that.
Honestly, between the Bristol Trophy and this is our World Series.
Yeah, this is our World Series. And the Mets want to say, oh, you're so because you beat us, blah, 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 blah. Bitch, we beat you fucking.
I love the sentiment of being a Braves fan, being like, couldn't sweep us, though. Couldn't sweep us. Couldn't win every game.
Yeah, they can't. No one could beat us. I mean, everyone could beat us except for the Mets, which if there's one team that you would pick to not be able to beat the Braves, for me, be the Mets. And now Mets like, oh, this is your World Series. Bro, we
were alive to see our team win a World Series.
Yeah, I mean, the Braves have been embarrassing the Mets for at least 20 years in a row. There's not been 1 year in the last 20 years where the Mets were
a player
better than the Braves.
Named their kid after your stadium because he embarrassed you guys so badly. And it's just been my whole lifetime.
Yeah, and guess what? We also, even though we lost game 1, Helsley, we took you to the fucking chop house, bro.
9.82 ERA.
Damn, man.
With the Mets.
Was
it garbage time? Yeah, but 9.82 ERA. Not looking great.
Yeah, it feels like any team that added at the deadline bullpen guy, they all suck, except for the Padres. But, I mean, I guess I'm just thinking about the Yankees and the Mets, but those are the two teams. I mean, Duran just gave up a run, so maybe that just skewed his ERA badly. But what is Duran's ERA since
it's like 1.8. He's done pretty good. Kyle Finnegan of the Tigers has done really well.
Called it.
Yeah. I did want to talk about Nolan McLean.
Let's do it.
Of the Mets. He's a rookie. It was his second career start. He has one of the nastiest curveballs I've ever seen. His spin rate in his first 2 starts, he leads the league in spin rate.
Damn, more than Charlie Morton.
And he had a strikeout against Matt Olson that was just incredible. I'm going to show it if you're watching it on YouTube. But it looks like it's a strike 85% of the way there, and then it nearly hits Olsen in the back foot.
Jeez.
This dude was a potential 2-way prospect, but his pitching was just so much farther along than his hitting that he gave up hitting last year. And I was a little upset about it until I watched him throw his curveball, and I'm no longer mad about it. Very impressive pitcher. He has allowed only 2 runs in his first 2 starts.
Mets are going to need him, bro. They came in the series with the worst record in MLB in August. 4-6 of the last 10. I mean, they won 2 out of 3 against the Braves. So that puts them up to 7-14 in August. Not great. Frank the Tank's not having a good time. But with all that being said, bro, they're playing the Phillies now. And it's a 3-game series. Where are they in Philly or are they in New York?
They are in New York.
If there's any time to flip the narrative like the Padres and the Dodgers just did, or the Dodgers did the Padres last week, the Mets have a chance to do that. I mean, as bad as they've been, 7 games back of the Phillies. They got 3 games coming up against them. So, hey, you sweep it. You're back in it. And I think they have 7 more games left on the season.
Yeah, September 8th through 11 is a 4-game series with the Mets.
So I think since like June 12th, like the Mets had the best record in baseball on like June 12th. Since then, they've been top 5 worst team in baseball. Like they've been bad for months, like extended streak, and they've had their ups. They've had winning streaks, some small ones, but like they've been bad. Way worse than what they should be, way worse than what they are on paper. If they can go to Philly, are they in Philly? You just said it.
They're in New York.
New York. If they can sweep the Phillies at home, Phillies are sad. Zack Wheeler's gone. Duran just blew a save. You know, we could change the narrative for the Mets. If not, if they get swept by the Phillies or the Phillies knock them out and make them bad, then they got more problems because the Reds are on their tail. Reds are only a game and a half back of the Mets. And I think Mets fans are very aware of that. I don't think the rest of the league cares or even thinks the Reds are in the playoffs, right?
There are probably only 2 fan bases aware.
Yeah, right? Everyone else just like, Reds? What do you mean? The Reds? Playoff team? You don't think, like the Reds in your head, like the Reds in the playoffs, you're like, what?
28 fan bases in baseball think the Reds got eliminated last month.
Right? But like they do have some credence to be there, bro, because this pitching staff is legit. A game and a half back of the Mets. Their offense at the deadline has been terrible. One of the worst offenses in the league. Ellie De La Cruz has had like a 576 OPS in August. So that's a big reason why. This offense is very centered around one player, and that's Mr. Ellie De La Cruz. But their pitching staff, second best pitching staff in baseball since the deadline. Brady Singer has been lights out, 1.95 ERA. Hunter Green, since he's gotten back, has been beast. I mean, he's been beast all year when he's healthy. Zach Littell, that was a pickup. He's pitched well enough. And Andrew Abbott, during this stretch, they have the second best record in baseball. Not best record, second best pitching staff in baseball, has a 4.62 ERA. So a couple bad starts for Andrew Abbott had skewed his ERA in that small sample size. But if Andrew Abbott's pitching the way he fucking is supposed to be, like this legitimately is one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. So it's a team that, yeah, not as good as the Mets over a full season, probably. But 1.5 games back, the toxic Mets environment, like, shit can go south quick in this series if you're the Mets and you lose the Phillies. I don't know who the Reds are playing. They just lost 2 out of 3 to the Diamondbacks, which it's got
the Reds are playing the Dodgers in LA.
All right.
But then they play the Cardinals after that to end the month. The Reds and the Mets play each other September 5 through the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, the Reds' schedule right now is not looking good for them. All right, so they're playing the Dodgers on the road. Then they play St. Louis. That's good. But then they play Toronto, then the Mets, then the Padres. So,
but then you have the A's, Cardinals, Cubs is a tough one, Pirates, but then you get the Brewers at the end of the year. That's a Brewers team that should have already clinched the playoffs by then.
Yeah. I mean,
so
now
you might get a light version of the Brewers.
Well, you need to survive the next 12 games, first of all, because you're playing the Mets, you're playing the Dodgers, and you're playing the Padres and the Blue Jays. That's about as hard as it gets.
Did you see how Cabrian Hayes has been hitting on the Reds? This shocked me.
Worst qualified hitter.
He has a 123 WRC plus with the Reds.
All right.
He went from being one of the worst hitters in baseball and a very good defender, but now he's hitting in Cincinnati. That could be huge.
He has the worst OPS for a qualified hitter in the league this year, I want to say. Let's see. Yes, so Cabrian Hayes on the year as a whole is the worst hitter in baseball for qualified hitters, of course. That's 608. But change of scenery. America's Small Park.
Maybe.
Great American Small Park.
He has 4 homers on the year.
And the guy can fucking pick it, Mitch.
One of the best defenders in baseball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're looking at the Reds, man. And you know what else they have? Good leadership quality and good vibes in the clubhouse with the gum chewer himself, Tony Francona.
Tony Francona.
Yes. He's won a World Series before. Do we know?
Multiple.
Do we know this? Jack, what year did the Red Sox break the streak? The Babe Ruth curse. What year was that? When they won the World Series, finally after 80 whatever years it was.
2008.
No, man. Fuck, that was the Phillies, bro.
When was it?
2004. 04 Sox. You don't remember?
I do remember it. I remember people being, because, everybody's like yelling. And I remember something about the Cubs one year. Everybody's like, "Oh, finally!"
People they were yelling. They were yelling that year. Too. Yeah, they were yelling, man. 2016. People were yelling in 2016.
yeah, they were
Really fucking yelling that year.
all kinds of stuff.
Bro, bring me back. Summer 2016. Ooh. Yeah, dude. Cubs won the World Series. That was 2016. That's what you're thinking of. And then the 24 Sox. They broke Fever Pitch. You ever see Fever Pitch?
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon?
They had to rewrite the script because they didn't realize the Red Sox were going to be good that year.
Damn, it's like Spider-Man with the Twin Towers.
Exactly. I'm not familiar with that lore, but sounds interesting.
They had to CGI the Twin Towers out of the first Spider-Man movie.
The first one, because it came out in 2002, but they'd filmed it in 2001.
No.
Don't do that. That's not the sound.
That was a misclick. My bad.
Both of them.
Yeah. 2 misclicks. I meant to press I was trying to boo Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Al Qaeda on this podcast.
We hate terror on this podcast.
I disavow Al Qaeda. But moving on to the real terrorists, the Rockies. Oh my God, dude. They suck dick at baseball. I mean, Rockies Pirates series this weekend. Mitchell in the notes goes, Skenes got score. The only notes we have on this is Skenes went 7 scoreless, which is the only thing that's actually.
And Bubba Chandler made his debut.
Oh, true. How did he do? I didn't even. I missed that.
He came out of the bullpen, had a 4-inning save.
Okay, Bubba Chandler out of the bullpen. That's interesting decision.
Yeah, especially if you're going to pitch him for 4 innings. Why not just start him?
I mean, yeah. Why would they do that?
I don't get it. But
to limit his innings, I guess. But
he's still going 4 innings.
Okay.
Start. I don't get it. But he became the 4th MLB player to have a 4-inning save in his debut.
All right.
He's the 3rd best prospect, according to MLB Pipeline. His first career strikeout was 100 on the black. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is the future of the Pittsburgh Pirates right here. Is this guy, I mean, obviously, Paul Skenes is the most important player in the fucking franchise. Everyone knows. But Bubba Chandler, I guess it's in his hands. A lot of this is whether Paul Skenes stays on the Pirates or gets traded next year. Because next year, you got Jared Jones coming back, presumably, off Tommy John. Another big prospect. You got Paul Skenes, obviously, best pitcher in the world. And then you got this guy, Bubba Chandler. Chambler? Why am I... Chandler. Bubba Chandler. Chandler, like from Mr. Beast. Chandler. That's how you remember. Chandler. Mr. Beast. Chandler. Bubba Chandler. And you can't forget Bubba. I mean, come on.
Bubba. Is he a top 5 Bubba of all time?
Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Bubba Gump. Bubba Gump's number 1 for sure.
Yeah, that's number 1. Who's the other Bubba? There was another big prospect named Bubba back in the day who didn't work
for the
out.
Royals, Starling.
Bubba Starling.
There was Bubba Crosby for the Yankees and the Dodgers.
So, I mean, there's not a lot of Bubbas to compete with. I mean, number 1 spot's pretty fucking impossible to knock that off. But Bubba Chandler, you got a good chance at number 2 if you end up being what people think you can be. But Paul Skenes is really the story. 7 scoreless innings on Sunday against the Rockies. I know it was against the Rockies. It was at home too, right?
At home.
So against the Rockies, but whatever. 7 innings pitch, no runs, again, 7K. So Paul Skenes to his first 50 starts. That was his 50th start of his career, his young career. Second lowest ERA of all time through 50 starts, and it's .01 runs off Vida Blue, who's number 1, with a 2.01. Basically the same. Through 50 starts, 2.02 ERA, 9.4 whip. Bro. Opponents have been hitting 196 against him. And it's been less than 2 years. The guy's already started 2 All-Star games. He's about to win Cy Young. Okay, so if you take this for what he's on pace to be the best pitcher of all time.
I feel like he's the pitcher equivalent of Aaron Judge, where I'm already just taking him for granted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And it sucks, too, because he's pitching for a team that doesn't matter. He's been able to overshadow that, make up for that by dating Livy Dunn, which cancels out the bad Pirates. You know, it's like hot, famous girlfriend, terrible team, kind of evens out where you're still relevant. You know, if it wasn't for Livy Dunn, if he was pitching for the Pirates on a team that bad and doing this good, maybe not as much fanfare. but now she's on the things with Fanatics, and she's naked in the pool.
Here's the thing: why is the tub that she's in? Why is it in a football stadium?
Because they're getting ready. They're trying to get people to bet on football coming up for the football season.
But she's clearly associated with baseball.
Yes, that's
Put her
true.
In a ballpark.
But
put her on a pitcher's mound in a bathtub.
She's also associated with LSU, though.
I was about to say that, Mitchell. Great point. LSU, huge football school.
Fair enough.
Go Tigers. So if you want to bet on football, Livy Dunn will inspire you to bet on football and lose all your money, which is a noble thing to do. Bet on the Tigers. But anyway, Nolan Ryan, he's a pretty good pitcher, right? You ever heard of Nolan Ryan?
Very good pitcher.
Some would say the best pitcher of all time.
I mean, probably not.
Somebody said it.
Somebody
said Nolan Ryan's the best pitcher of all time. I mean, how many no-hitters does the guy have?
7.
7 no-hitters. So I'm going to say best pitcher of all time. Sue me. All right? Through his first 50 starts, 316 strikeouts. Paul Skenes, 351, baby. Clayton Kershaw, someone say he's the best pitcher of all time.
Someone probably has said that.
Jack, say it.
Who?
Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw is the best pitcher of all time.
Some would say that, right? Jack Schwartz is one of them. 368 base runners allowed in his 51st starts. Paul Skenes, 297. That's 70 less bases allowed. So Paul Skenes, best pitcher in baseball. I'm saying it right now. Second best pitcher in baseball, Tarek Skubal. Scooby Snacks. And he's on the Tigers. And our Tigers are hot, right?
2 weeks ago, I was down on the Tigers, and now they have a 10.5 game lead in the Central.
Respect. Wrap it up, baby. Wrap it up. Don't get complacent, Tigers. We need you for the playoffs, but you are going to the playoffs. They played the Royals, another team, a sneaky team that has a chance right now. Like, I would be getting a little optimistic for Royals fans. They come to the series 8-2 of their last 10. In August, they're 12-7, and their offense has been doing well. I mean, they're a top 10 offense in August, which nothing indicates that this should be a top 10 offense other than Bobby Witt Jr., which is kind of their offense. And Pasquatch has been hitting well, right? He's had a good second half.
He has the 4th most homers since the All-Star break in baseball.
Let's go, Pasquatch. And they're 3 games back of a wild card spot. Let me check their playoff odds real quick.
I have it up. It's 17.2 after this week.
So not great, but those playoff odds around this time, they can change a lot.
I mean, last year at this time, I bet the Tigers had a 5% chance to make the playoffs last year?
I'd believe it. So they're 3 games back of the Seattle Mariners. Still, they got a little bit of a chance here. They lose 2 out of 3 to the Tigers, though.
Yeah, this series, if the Royals had gone in and swept the Tigers, I think they're in a position very similar to the Reds. And these were fairly close games. Game 1 and 2 was a 2-run game. Both of them were 2-run games. So if the Royals had just flipped the script there, maybe their playoff odds are much higher than 12 or 17%. But I think the Tigers, this was a good series for the Tigers to kind of take care of business and kind of seal the deal that they're going to win the division.
I mean, it just also, you think about the guy they lost. I mean, why am I blanking on the guy who they lost, man, who was the best pitcher in baseball? Bubik, out for the season, who had the lowest ERA forever this year. You lose Bubik, which hurts. And now Seth Lugo, since signing an extension, which was at the deadline, so around August. In 29 innings since, he has an 8.07 ERA. Since signing that extension. And he gave up 6 runs in game 3, which they ended up winning, but still, it's like a team like the Royals, they're really battling for that last spot. It's really going to take a lot because they're competing against teams that are a lot better than them. Like, let's be honest, the Yankees, we saw it last in the playoffs, a lot better than the Royals. As bad as the Yankees have been, as sloppy as they've been, a lot better. The Mariners, definitely better than them, and that's the team they're chasing right now. So if the Royals want to do it and pull an upset off right now, they need Seth Lugo to not have an 8 fucking ERA.
Their remaining schedule is going to be very interesting, though. They have one more series against the Tigers. They have a series with the Phillies, Mariners, and Blue Jays. But other than that, They're facing the White Sox, the Angels, the Twins, the Guardians, who have really fallen off.
Yes.
The Angels again, and the A's.
Yeah. So, I mean, their schedule coming up is 3 games against the White Sox, then against the Tigers, which is a tough series, but divisional series. Not that they're even going for the division, so I guess that doesn't matter. But then the Angels, then the Twins, like you said, and the Guardians. So there is definitely an opportunity for the Royals. Seth Lugo needs to be better. I mean, that's the reason why they were good last year, and that's the reason why they had hope this year, is that starting pitching staff was amazing. But guys like Michael Wacha and Seth Lugo, they can't be mid. They need to be elite, which they have been the past 2 years. So my eyes on you, Mr. Wacha, Mr. Lorenzen. Reagans. What happened to Cole Reagans? Is he hurt?
I think he's hurt too. I'm just looking at since Bubik's last start, the Royals are 18th in starting pitching ERA.
Yeah.
And before that, I feel like they were... Am I exaggerating? Top 5?
I think so. I think so. So, I mean, they're 3 games back. Another team that's kind of on that little, like, playoff odds are low, but they're still in it, is the Texas Rangers, who are 4.5 games back of the last wild card spot, a game and a half back of the Royals, and 4.5 games back of the Mariners. They played the Guardians, and, I mean, the Texas Rangers totally shit the bed after I called them my team of the second half. At first, they were fire. Then they went on a 6-13 skid where no one on the team can hit for some reason, even though they were the best offense in the league like 2 years ago.
They're blaming the left field wall.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. What's up with the left field wall?
No idea. The Rangers people, the media, they're saying it's not the same stadium. There might be something with ventilation that's causing it to be like a wind tunnel.
Oh, right.
But from park factors, the Rangers ballpark has gone from being one of the easiest parks to hit in to being one of the hardest parks to hit in.
What the hell?
And they haven't changed any of the dimensions.
They just killed Adolis Garcia's career. I mean, that guy, Adolis Garcia has the lowest on-base percentage in baseball this season. Adolis Garcia, it's like a 270. I mean, that's the big bopper, bro, the Cuban Missile. You can't call every guy from Cuba the Cuban Missile. I apologize. That's Aroldis Chapman. He's the Cuban Missile. But guys like Adolis need to step it up if they have a chance. They did have a good series against the Guardians. They just butt pooped the Guardians. Outscored them 19-3 and swept them. They won 4 out of 5. They got their playoff odds up to 10%, which is not great. But Rowdy Tellez, he's been good. I mean, I guess it's worked out to have the 3 fattest guys in the league.
It's funny, the Mariners released him because he wasn't producing. He has a 155 OPS as a Ranger. Josh Naylor has a 118 or 115 OPS plus as a Mariner. So the Mariners might have played themselves.
You played yourself. You should have kept Rowdy. Now he's on the Texas Rangers. I'm not completely out on the Rangers either. Like I would say the Rangers have a better chance to make the playoffs than the Royals. I know I've said it all year, but on paper, this offense should be good. And the pitching staff has been good all year.
I mean, the hypothesis is that the pitching staff is so good because the park factors are holding the balls in.
Oh, my God. You got to blame the park?
How else is Patrick Corbin one of the best pitchers in the league?
It wouldn't make a lot of sense. I mean, right, the Texas Rangers this year have the number 1 starting pitching staff in baseball by ERA, by WHIP, and by hits through 9. Their bullpen is the 4th best bullpen in the league by ERA. And their offense is 23rd.
This guy, Dan Edmondson, has a bunch of the pitchers' splits. Patrick Corbin has a 3.65 ERA at home and a 5.43 ERA on the road. DeGrom has a 2.11 ERA at home and a 3.46 ERA on the road. Jack Leiter has a 3.45 ERA at home and a 4.81 ERA on the road. Nate Eovaldi is the only guy who's better on the road. He has a 2.26 ERA at home and a 1.39 ERA on the road. Kumar Rocker has a 2.43 ERA at home and a 9.29 ERA on the road.
What the fuck is happening in Texas, bro?
I feel like this might be one of those conspiracy theories that's kind of true.
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of evidence. I mean, it shocks me that they have the number one starting staff. And everything they do offensively is terrible, except for stealing. Well, we'll look into that, too. We'll get some boots on the ground out there in Texas.
Are you sending Jack to Texas?
We'll go to Texas?
Yeah, I love Texas.
Let's go to Texas. I mean, how... I said the ventilation, they're saying the air conditioning is different, or they opened up a window or something. Like, it's an indoor stadium. Did the fence move back?
No, they haven't touched the dimensions. But there's clearly something that's causing a change.
Like a vent? Like an AC unit?
Maybe it's the greenhouse effect, because they have the... It could be the greenhouse. Dude, don't laugh. It could be the greenhouse effect. I mean, a couple years, I mean, all that heat coming in from the open windows, because they have a dome, but the ceiling is glass.
Could be global warming.
Is it hot in Texas?
That's what they say.
It's the greenhouse effect. I'm sticking to it. Texas is famous for having weird... their stadium, their old stadium, outdoor stadium, had like a wind tunnel to right field. The power alley.
You got to get somebody in the audience to compensate, not the audience. What do you call it? Crowd.
You just need one big floaty.
People going.
Whenever the pitch comes, everyone behind home plate blows at once.
Together now.
Well, I'm pretty sure teams have been caught for that or accused of it, and maybe they never proved it, but like just literally in domes, like putting on the AC or like just turning the fans in the stadium on to blow out towards when their team is hitting, and then when they're not hitting, the other fans come on and it blows in.
I'm pretty sure that was a big conspiracy theory at the Metrodome, right?
Yeah.
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota. So maybe they're just fucking themselves and they're just...
They have it blowing in the entire time. They can't figure out how to get it to go the other way.
I say make that part of baseball. That would be fun.
Hey, is there a rule against that? Probably.
Like go like putt golf style, you know what I mean? Like a mini golf map situation. Obstacles.
Put a windmill
Guy
in
comes
center
down
field.
from the ceiling, tries to catch fly balls and shit. That'd be cool.
All right, now you're talking banana ball, brother.
That's a good point.
Now you're getting into banana ball territory. Well, Jack's Rays, man, they had a freaking weekend. 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals. Wow. I mean, sorry, boys. If you're a Cardinals fan, it sucks. But you went down to Tampa Bay. I guess they don't play in Tampa Bay, and I don't even know where the series was.
It was in Tampa.
All right, good. But they don't play in Tampa, right? Where's Steinbrenner Field? Jack, you're a local.
Steinbrenner Field's in Tampa. Yeah,
It is in Tampa.
proper.
Well, the biggest takeaway from this series is a guy, Junior Campanero, who unfortunately plays for the Tampa Bay Rays, and no one cares about him at all. But we care. This guy's got 37 home runs this year.
And he's 21.
Out of I would have guessed 25. I mean, he was home run derby runner-up.
But he was also, when he competed, I think his betting odds for the home run derby were the lowest in the field.
Yeah.
No one thought he could hit. And let's see what he had at the All-Star break. He had 23 homers at the All-Star break. So he has 14 homers in the last month. There have only been 9 hitters in MLB history, 21 or under, to hit 35 homers. And he's done that and blown past it in August.
Yeah, and they'll probably get some good guys back in that trade in the next year and a half.
They trade him at 22, 23.
Yeah, unless they give him the Wander Franco deal. They might shy away from that.
You're going to ask Jack what he thinks of Wander Franco for the third time?
I mean, he's hot.
He's evil. He's bad.
He's hot right now.
Put him in prison.
I think he is in prison. You don't have to
Keep
worry
him in
about
prison.
You don't have to worry about that, Jack. I think Wander Franco or on house arrest or something.
Now when he's just like, what do you think about Jim Franca's? And I'm gonna be like, oh, he's in prison. He should be in prison. He's an evil guy. Because it doesn't look bad on me if I say an innocent person should be in prison. But if I say a person who should be in prison is playing great ball, that's a problem for me.
What do you think about Jackie Robinson?
Jackie Robinson. Now that's a guy who should. I mean, I want a statue of him in my home. You know what I mean?
Respect. That's a guy who knows ball and knows the significance of the historical baseball players. Let's see the knuckleball. You've been working on it? Oh,
I was trying to switch the camera at the same time, and it threw me off
we need
a little.
camera back here so we can get the...
A ball cam?
Yeah.
Wait, let me hit another one.
There you go.
Ooh.
Around cameras?
Hey.
I mean, over Mitch's computer, and probably the best knuckleballer on the pod.
Fucking no chance. Anyway, want to see mine? Okay, we're going to break
I
some.
feel like you did that on purpose.
Let's get back to business. Okay, so the Astros. Orioles lose their streak of sweeping, or not sweeping, but winning series against contenders. They play the Astros again, man. This keeps happening. Every time these teams keep playing each other back to back to back to back. The Astros take 3 out of 4. That feels good if you're an Astros fan. They stay in first place, 2-game lead over the Mariners. You can't stop them. But the big news out of this series is this catching prospect who just signed an 8-year, $67 million extension. Never fucking played a game in his life in Major League Baseball, barely.
He'd played 4 games
4 games.
at the time of the extension.
And that's enough to get $67 million. 4 games. That's all it took for this guy. So I guess the real story about this is like, you had Adley Rutschman. Now you lock this guy up for 8 years. Granted, it's $67 million over 8 years. So that comes out to about $8 million a year.
But that's also covering that pre-arbitration where they're supposed to make under $1 million a year for the first 3 years.
Yeah, and then I was looking it up on Spot Track. There's not a lot of catchers in MLB making $8 million a year. He's going to be one of the highest paid catchers off the bat.
That actually shocks me.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it. We can arrange by catchers right here. We look at the full ranks of catchers. I mean, JT Realmuto is making $23 million a year, but the only catchers making $8 million. There's 9 catchers in MLB making over $8 million a year. One of them's already on the Orioles, and it's not Adley Rutschman. Gary Sanchez is getting paid $8.5 million. He's the 7th highest paid catcher in the league. Gary Sanchez, the backup catcher for the Orioles, who's now the 3rd string, I guess.
I mean, he's been injured.
Yeah.
All of their catchers died in mid-June.
Is Adley hurt?
Adley's hurt again.
Yeah. But, I mean, the conversation is this: are they like moving on from Adley? Not that they're moving on from him, but now he's potentially a trade piece in the way the Orioles operate, balling on a budget. It seems like that.
I mean, he was supposed to be
the
the all-around catcher, right? He came up, he hit, he played defense.
Next, Buster Posey.
Finished 2nd Rookie of the Year. And since then, he's just gradually declined.
Yeah, he's not been hitting the way people thought he was. I mean, this guy got called up, and the Orioles went from a joke franchise, one of the worst teams in baseball for like half a decade in a row. He got up, and they kind of turned it around out of nowhere in 2022, where no one expected anything, and then he came up, and they went on that run. They missed the playoffs, but then the next year, 100 wins. Last year, made the playoffs under Adley, but yeah, this year Adley's got a 684 OPS. It's a 91 OPS plus. You know, not exactly the guy that they thought they were getting. Still a 2-time All-Star and a Silver Slugger, but...
I think the thing about Basayo is that he's not supposed to be a defense guy first. He's a catcher who's supposed to hit. And I think maybe the idea is that you have the DH spot, you rotate him in between DH and catcher, and Adley and him can coexist. I mean, the Braves kind of have this too, where they have Sean Murphy, who was an all-star in 2023, kind of up and down seasons since then, and they have Drake Baldwin, who's one of the better hitting catchers in baseball. And they just split time. Occasionally one of them will DH. And you can never have too much catching. Like, having great catching is a luxury.
You can't, but if you're a team like the Orioles, who is a cheap franchise, small market team who doesn't have a high payroll ever, and you're going to give this guy $8 million a year over the next 8 years, making him top 10 highest paid catcher, and you have Adley, and you're going to have to pay Adley at least that much once he gets to arbitration next year, right?
Yeah, this upcoming offseason, he will be getting paid, even though he's had a bad 2 mediocre seasons in a row.
Yeah. So, I mean, just based on managing resources and where you want to put your money, the Orioles ball on a budget. it seems like trading Adley, they're definitely going to listen to it.
But I feel like at this point, because of how average he's been as a hitter, or below average, you're selling low on Adley, technically. Unless you just think this is who he is and this is his baseline and he actually might get worse.
Yeah, it's true. But at the same time, and we saw at this deadline, there's not really a lot of catching going around. It's a rare position.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie Fermin was the big catch.
Yeah, so people will give up, I guess he's got a 91 OPS plus, but if he's a catcher and, he's got a silver slugger and a 2-time All-Star, like, you can get pieces for it. And what the Orioles really need more than anything right now going forward is pitching. It's not really catching. Whew, it's an interesting franchise. Orioles are one of the most interesting teams, man, where it feels like they could just turn around next year and be good again, maybe, but it feels like maybe they just squandered this, like, elite window that they had with Gunnar, Adley, Jackson, even, Westberg and Cowser coming up all at the same time, and then Grayson Rodriguez. Like, you felt like these guys have unlimited young talent all coming up and are great at the same time. And then this year, it has just been a complete shit show. And it almost feels like it's time to rebuild. And it just happened in 6 months. Like, they went from, like, being picked as by some people to win the division, maybe some people to win a World Series, to now, okay, it's time to tear it down. We'll see. Oh, we'll see. But going on to another orange team, the Giants and the Brew Crew. Giants beat 2 out of 3 against the Brewers. Not too concerning if you're a Brewers fan, because you guys, you sound like a spoiled brat complaining and losing 2 out of 3 after you won 30 games in a row, basically. However, your boys on the other end of the town, which is a completely different state, I guess other end of the division, I don't know. What am I talking?
They're an hour apart.
They're an hour apart. Close. It's your neighbors, right? The Cubs swept the Angels. So now what is the division lead now for the Brewers?
It's 5 games.
It's only 5 games, which is a good lead, but not a great lead.
That's a lead that you can see go away in a week.
Yeah. I guess they got all. Are they gonna play each other coming up? That would be.
They are done for the year playing each other. That's why they had this weird 5-game series last week. The Brewers' stretch right now is terrible. They're playing 19 games in 18 days. They're right in the middle of it.
Uh-oh.
And they don't have another off day until September 2nd.
Are we going to be here in 3 weeks and say the downfall needs to be studied?
We might.
Are we going to be studying the downfall of the Brewers?
We'll be talking about the Brewers' downfall while they play the Phillies on Dollar Dog Day.
Oh, wait.
I didn't know they were bringing that back.
They're Dollar Dog Day back in Philly?
Yeah, Monday.
Is
September
it not?
1st.
It's a BOGO.
Oh, no, wait. This is Dollar Dog Day in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Dude, the Phillies sold out. They lost their blue-collar shit. They don't do that
They
shit.
traded it to Milwaukee.
They go buy one, get one hot dog. Bitch, I don't want a free... I want $1 hot dog.
Well, you can go to Milwaukee and get that.
Like, if you say, it's a $2 hot dog, but if you buy one, you get one for free, I'm like, no, bro, I want one hot dog for $1. And I want to buy 2 hot dogs for $2. Like, no, you buy one hot dog for $2 and you get one for free. Yeah, this $2 and you get 2 dogs both times. But if it ain't Dollar Dog Night, it loses.
And what if you want 3 hot dogs?
What if you want 3? What if you want 5 hot dogs?
Yeah, and it's discriminating against odd numbers.
And I won't stand for it.
Yeah, and also that's also a false premise because they're charging more than $2 a dog on BOGO night. That's just my 2 cents. But I'm glad to see the Brewers are still giving out dollar dogs. But they lost to the Giants. The Giants came in 2 out of 10, lost 8 out of the last 10, 3-game losing streak. They've had the worst record in MLB in the second half. The offense has been shit. The pitching has been shit. They've last in runs in the second half. And the Brewers, on the other hand, have been first in fucking everything. But,
This was definitely not a series. I saw the Giants winning. But, Logan Webb had a good start in the second game of the series. and they won 7-1 in that game, and then they won 4-3 on Sunday.
So is it time to start looking at the Giants as legit contenders?
No, I think that ship sailed 2 months ago.
Shit, 5 games behind. Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't think the Giants are going to make the playoffs this year. Maybe next year. Same thing with the Angels, bro. And Mike Trout, you need to start hitting home runs, bro. You're pissing me off. Mike Trout hasn't hit a home run in 2 months.
I checked on that. Thought of you. I was like, I wonder if Joey has hit his, was it 22 homers?
22 and a half.
And he's at 20 still?
I mean, he's going to get it, but I sprinkled in some 30 and 40. If he doesn't hit the 30, it's just not going to hit.
This is only the second time he's played more than 100 games this decade.
Yeah, he stayed healthy. But after the injury, he really tailed off a bit. His power numbers especially. 1.2 WAR on the season for Mr. Trout. And I want to say over the past 3 or 4 weeks, it's been a little slow for Mr. Mike. In August, he's got a 706 OPS. When you're talking about the best hitter of all time, it's not great.
Kyle Tucker, we titled the last one, what was it? Should you be worried about Kyle Tucker? He had a very good series. He had 3 homers.
And so did PCA, right?
Did PCA have 3?
I don't know. I don't think he had 3.
I think he had a good series too.
I know he had at least 1.
But yeah, Kyle Tucker had a great series. 3 homers, 7 RBIs, 5 hits. I think those days off kind of helped him out.
Hey, bro. I mean, I think we might have found the X factor for the Cubs. I mean, Kyle Tucker and PCA go away for a month. They suck for a month. They come back and they have a good series. I guess he didn't really have a good series. PCA didn't. He hit 1 home run. But if PCA hits 1 home run in a series,
you're doing good.
And Kyle Tucker does good, the team's going to do good. If those 2 guys aren't doing good, the team is not going to do good. But luckily they did good and they were doing good, and now we're only 5 games back of the Brewers. We'll see. Not counting the Cubs out. And I'm definitely not going to count the Mariners out. The Mariners win a series too. And the fucking story of the fucking day or the weekend for the Mariners is our boy, the big Dumper, brother. Everyone was about to say the fall needs to be studied with Dumper coming out of the All-Star break, but that guy got hot again. Sounds like Cal Raleigh might actually be a good baseball player, and it's not a fluke.
Shocking. I mean, you don't hit 50 home runs on a fluke unless you're Brady Anderson.
Does he have 50 yet?
He's at 49.
49 home runs. So he broke the record for most home runs by a catcher. Past
Salvador
Perez. He ended up hitting how many this weekend?
He only hit 2 this weekend, but it was on the same day.
Shit, only hit 2 this weekend, bro. Is cooked. But he ties Aaron Judge in WAR. Does he lead Judge in anything else? I mean, it's going to come down to...
He basically just leads in home runs, plate appearances, and his defense.
Yeah, so, I mean, the guy has more home runs than him, and he's way better at defense than him because he plays catcher. Judge is slowing down.
Oh, and he's got Aaron Judge in stolen bases.
That counts for something.
He has 6 more stolen bases than Judge.
I'm definitely giving the MVP to Cal Raleigh because, I mean, it's arguably the best season for a catcher in history.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I mean, I think on some of those other stats, there have been better seasons by OPS, by RBIs and that stuff. But when it comes to homers, not even close. And the other stats are comparable. And then you have the defense on top of that. I know some people have been giving him shit like, oh, his framing's not good or his defensive metrics aren't elite for a catcher. First of all, I don't believe any of those stats anymore. Any defensive metric, and you can kind of trust it, but is it that much more reliable than just looking at how many errors a guy has, a fielding percentage? I think it might be marginally more accurate, but how everyone says oh, you're going to judge a guy based on errors or fielding percentage? You're fucking stupid as fuck. Who does that? You don't think in 20 years we're going to look back at these fielding metrics and be like, oh, you're looking outs above average? Are you fucking stupid? Just because it might be a little bit more accurate than errors doesn't mean that it's the end-all be-all. All right? So don't tell me that Cal Raleigh sucks at framing because of this stat. I don't know how close you're paying attention to how good a guy is at framing, but I don't think anyone fucking knows.
You guys have mentioned framing a couple times. Will you explain it to me real quick?
Yeah, throw the ball at Joey.
It's like when you're catching and the ball is it's the art of making a ball look like a strike if you're a catcher. So like I missed it. So that's bad framing. But like
I actually know exactly what you mean now.
you can convince the umpire that a ball is a strike by the way you catch it. And some players are a lot better than the others. And it's a very valuable skill.
Cal's good at it.
He's okay.
I don't know.
I think last year he was better, but they have a lot of stats. They've dug into the numbers, like what a stolen strike can do or a lost strike can do, and the difference between being in a 2-0 count, 2 balls no strike count, and being in like a 1-1 count. I don't have the numbers on me, but it's like a 30% difference in batting average.
And you know what? I have another fucking take that no one ever talks about because you literally can't measure it, but it's probably the most important thing a catcher can do is literally they're the ones calling what pitch to throw. Like, is that not more important?
Catchers have like 30 binders of pitch information and they were just like studying it.
Yeah. Like, is that not more important telling a guy to throw a slider on this count against this pitcher than even framing or whatever other metrics or how good you are at throwing batters out? Like, that seems to be every single pitch is on you mostly. I guess the pitcher has the final call. But, like, we can't really measure who's the best at calling pitches. But the Mariners pitchers, like, how have they been this year?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I always assumed it
One of
was
the best
like a
pitching staffs in the league.
suggestion.
It is a suggestion.
But some pitchers, like Chris Sale for the Braves, who won the Cy Young, he basically said, I never shake off a pitch. They call a pitch, I'll throw the pitch.
Yeah, and then also young pitchers, they're not going to be calling off the catcher, and like they don't know actually what the best pitch to throw is, and they're going to trust their catcher. But if you have a catcher that you can trust, you're like, this guy calls the best pitches. He knows what pitches to call. You're going to trust him. If you have a catcher who you don't really trust, and you're like, why would he pick that pitch here? I don't know about that. You have less trust in him, and then you get scrambled up, and you're going to be throwing meatballs.
It is a fascinating part of the sport. You're right. I never
There was
really thought that.
we were talking about the Orioles catcher Pasayo, and this weekend the pitcher was getting kind of annoyed at the catcher
Yeah.
over probably pitch selection. So these guys, they have a detailed game plan. The catchers know batting tendencies, what pitches batters do better on, what pitches they do worse on, and it's their job to kind of figure out where in the count certain pitches should be called and the location of the pitches. It's up to the pitcher to execute. But the catchers have done all of this game planning.
And also, on top of that, like, the game plan can say what it is, but, like, if one day the guy's fucking slider isn't doing well, and you can recognize it early, like, this shit's not biting like it usually is, or it's a little wild or whatever, even if the scouting report says you should throw sliders in this count, if you're a smart catcher, you'll be like, I don't know, slider's not looking that good this year, this game, let's throw the changeup or whatever the fuck. And, like, that's the type of thing that you can't measure in defensive war. It ain't happening. So the haters online saying that Cal Raleigh isn't a good catcher, I'm going to say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's one of the reasons, Jack, that a lot of MLB managers are former catchers because they know the game better than anybody. They've worked with the pitchers on this side, their hitters on this end, and they just end up having a better concept
And the
of
fact
the game.
And the fact that Cal Raleigh has to do all that game planning and all that thinking on top of actually hitting 50 home runs, that's the impressive part. And the, I guess, physical toll it takes on you to be catching and getting hit by foul balls and squatting the entire game while being that good at the plate, it does not happen. So rare that a catcher is top 5 in the league in hitting it. Never happens.
Who do you think of as wow, see, baseball is so weird because like you think about, like I always thought about pitching as offense, but pitching is defense technically.
It's the only sport where the defense has the ball.
So like who do you think of as leading the defense?
I guess the catcher is the,
Because he's like orchestrating.
yeah.
And he's doing more than just calling pitches, obviously. And then when the ball is in his hands, it's big decision time. Seems like a stressful position.
Oh yeah, brother. That's why every time a hitter's like an elite hitter and he's a catcher, they'll be like, "How about you just not be catcher?" It's like rare that guy hits that well, and they're like, "You can be catcher and hitting. Usually if they could identify this guy is an elite hitter with an elite power, let's move him to a position that's less intensive on your body and we can just maximize his hitting.
So Bryce Harper, Phillies superstar, when he was 16 and 17, he was a catcher. But he was such a good hitter that the Nationals, and I mean, it wasn't going to just be the Nationals. Any other team that picked him, they weren't going to keep him at catcher just because he was such a good hitter. And the wear and tear of being a catcher is so, what's the word, drastic, that they moved him to the outfield. But if you're a great defensive catcher who can hit, when you get up to the major league level, you're going to make a lot of money. And you're probably going to be in baseball for 20, 30 years after you retire.
That's why Cal Raleigh, big dump on my Mount Rushmore.
For real.
Mount Dumpmore.
Top 4 biggest asses. I wouldn't say biggest, but best asses.
I mean, his ass has a presence for sure. An aura. His ass is the first thing to enter a room and the last thing to leave.
That's right, baby.
Leading from the back, they say.
So you got anything else on this series other than Cal Raleigh being the MVP?
Eugenio Suarez, his first week as a Mariner, first week and a half back with the Mariners, terrible. He went 2 for 30. Since then, so about 15 days, he's been a 131 WRC plus hitter. So that's big for the Mariners going forward. The offense overall, when did I have it? In general, since probably the All-Star break, hasn't been fantastic. But if you have Suarez hitting the way he was in Arizona, that could be a big boost, especially since the Astros offense as a whole, I'm going to say they've been lucky to still be in first place. They've been like bottom 10 in offense and pitching since the All-Star break.
Yeah, honestly, it shocks the fuck out of me that the Astros are still 2 games up. With all the injuries and like, to me, this seems like they haven't been playing that well. I don't know their record off the top of my head. You might have just said it.
No, since the beginning of August, going into the series, they were 8-11, so they won, 11-12 now. But they were, in August, 24th in ERA, 24th in WRC+, 28th in runs. It is shocking that they're not worse. Yeah. And if the Mariners' offense, if Suarez gets back on track, Raleigh back on track, Randy back on track, that could be big.
Yeah, the Mariners just went on a skid, bro. I mean, they lost 8 out of 10 games.
They had a 5-game losing streak going into this series against the A's.
Couldn't take advantage of the Astros. That they could regret it because now Jordan's coming back soon. You never know. I mean, you do. I don't know. You just never. You
never know.
You just don't really know, and that's the beauty about it all. I
don't know anything.
You don't even. Jack knows literally nothing about shit. He's what you would call a fuck ass. He knows fuck ass about anything.
Oh.
But you did a new stand-up clip. I saw your stand-up clip.
Yeah.
Funny shit, dude.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, bro. It's
going,
popping off.
Shit was getting numbers, dude.
Got people in the comments being like, I only know you from a baseball podcast. Like, hey, shout out.
Check out Jack's Instagram and TikTok. New clip. 5-minute?
5-minute clip on
Burning material,
Instagram,
dude.
You post a 5-minute clip and they're like, we won't show this to new viewers, and it's like, well, what the fuck's the point? But on TikTok, they're like, we'll show everyone. So shout out TikTok. Shout out to Chinese.
You're better to stick off sticking to TikTok, and you're better off sticking to rock and roll because the way you spit bars is not honorable. Shout out to the Chinese people. We just did Moo our brand deal. Everyone in the comments says that they're a Chinese company and that we shouldn't promote them because they're Chinese. I'm like, dude, I fucking love Chinese people.
I mean, the UFC was just in China.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just saying things about Chinese people. And they seem nice. They're a great crowd. They actually like yell things in unison and shit. It's like a very organized audience. Respect. Same thing in Korea. That's fascinating to me. Like I wish that we were on that shit more often. It happens very rarely in
we are
sports.
an individualistic society.
Yeah, but we need to come together now more than ever.
Yeah. Let's start let's seize the land, kill the rich people,
Kumbaya.
And do some communism and do chants in unison.
Make Bernie the chancellor. We should get a chancellor. I don't know what that means, but we should get one.
I'll be the first one. My question is, does Mitch actually even like baseball? Because I feel like you're not really a baseball fan, and you don't really.
I'm so confused by this question.
I read this earlier. I thought, does Mitch actually play baseball? And I
Mitch
was like,
does not play baseball. Hasn't played baseball in, 12 years? 13 years?
You play slow pitch.
Yeah. Still have this welt on my shin. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Played yesterday, though.
Yeah, we're gonna get a shin cam put in so we can keep showing Mitch's shin updates. Mitch is on the IL right now.
Yeah, we put him in the torture chamber.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Does it not seem like I like baseball?
Yeah, man, you better fucking...
Am I Anthony Rendon of this podcast?
Yeah, it's because you're monotone, bro. You got to have more energy up here. You got to be excited.
Mitch goes to more live baseball games than anyone I've ever met. Mitch is literally like, oh, I'm tired. I was at the game yesterday, and I was at the game 2 days. And it's like, you don't even like the Nats.
I know, you don't even like the team. Just goes to every Nats game.
I didn't grow up with live baseball anywhere near me. It's like, got to take advantage of it.
Oh, poor Mitch. No, I'm just...
From Boone, North Carolina. Our closest team is the Hickory Crawdads.
Growing up like 15 minutes away from NHL, NFL, MLB, it's nice. Florida's dope. And that Busch Gardens.
We
got it all.
You're the only fucking person. Oh, you have to be from Florida to go 15.
Florida's the only place that has professional sports.
Florida fucking sucks. There's a reason. You don't live there anymore, boss. There's hurricanes. There's fucking
hot.
crocodiles.
Nobody think. Oh, you mean hurricane? Okay, you got it.
Hurricanes, crocodiles.
It's alligators, not crocodiles.
And alligators.
There are some crocodiles now. Actually, there's Nile crocodiles in swampland.
You don't think I've been paying attention? But
somebody put them there, and they're not supposed to be there, and they're eating all the wildlife.
Dude, they weren't supposed to put anybody there. That's a place that there's not supposed to be
yeah, that's
people.
a fact. It's the Australia of America.
Mm-hmm. Mitchell, no. The current blooper was. This is a crazy comment.
This is for the question below.
Did you know that the Fanatic's the Fanatic has a half Japanese brother? His name is Slyly, and he's the mascot for the Hiroshima Toyo Carps of the MPB. I'm an East PA resident who has been to Japan a few times, and I love the MPB and only found out about this last year. LOL. Still not my MPB team though. Sorry, Fanatic. That's fucking funny.
This is the brother. It very much is a relative of the Fanatic.
They got a Japanese Fanatic.
But yeah, the current blooper of the Braves for a year or two was the mascot for the Carp.
Really?
Yeah. So the guy who's behind the blooper suit now is not the original blooper because he was in Japan. Because he was in Japan being this guy.
So the bloopers related the Fanatic, kind of.
Yeah, technically.
Once replaced.
There's an article about when Seiya Suzuki played in Atlanta for the first time. He was excited to see the guy who's behind Blooper because they lived in the same area.
And Blooper beats with the Fanatic. Blooper talks more shit about the Fanatic than anyone. Blooper does not like the Fanatic. On and off camera.
Blooper? I barely know her.
Stop. There's no sexual undertones in this podcast, and you just made one.
Listen, when it comes to mascots, there's nothing but sexual undertones.
I mean, that's... What do you... Just the Mrs. Met's kind of hot, but the rest of them are just mid. I wouldn't fuck any of the mascots.
Who's the second hottest mascot in MLB?
Damn. It's a great question. Who's the second hottest mascot?
I actually can't picture any except for...
I might take that one to Twitter right now.
I think you should.
Second hottest mascot.
I mean, number one, obviously, is a given. But after that, like... You're going to go with Lou the Seal?
Is Mrs. Met the only female mascot?
Lou the Seal. That's a good call. She's a lady.
Pull her up. Let me see that thing.
I mean, it would be Lou the Seal's mom, though, wouldn't it?
Mama Seal.
And she definitely his mom.
Hey, she's not half bad, you know? As they say in where is that? Chicago or Philly? Where do people go? That's not bad.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No, actually, these are terrifying.
Yeah, why is Lucille so short?
Yeah, we need hotter mascots. Well, when we get a new expansion teams, that's probably going to be one of the priorities with the league. When we get the second team in Philadelphia, that could be the big rivalry. Who's got the hottest mascot? All right. Well, is there anything else as we just talked about mascots, sexy mascots?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm just on fucking page number 7 of sexiest mascots on Google Images. And I think it's time to log.
Drop it in the comments, dude. Who you think's the second hottest mascot in MLB?
I think it's time to log off. All right.
I'm gonna put in a wild card for the Bobcat. What's his name? Baxter?
Baxter's in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not being homophobic, that's a sexy mascot.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Baxter.
He's got the quads.
Second sexiest.
Damn, yeah, he's like
mascot.
doing it for me a little bit, low-key.
Baxter.
Okay, shit.
Well, maybe Baxter will be open to coming on the podcast next episode.
He'll be coming, all right.